Let's talk about USC Louisville, give you my preview and prediction. I don't have high expectations for USC in this game. Caleb Williams is sitting out preparing for the NFL draft. I don't blame him. Brendan Rice, same thing. I don't blame him. And then you have another 15 or so guys who've hit the transfer portal, so SC is going to be shorthanded in this game. Louisville, defensively, they're as good as any other defense out there. They're one of the better ones. They're runners up in the ACC. Lost to Florida State in the championship, and that's going to be a big challenge for USC on the defensive line in terms of the putting pressure on the quarterback, and in terms of that statistical category. Louisville is a top 10 team there, right up there with Oregon, Notre Dame, and UCLA. And we saw USC struggle against all those teams with their defensive lines. So I think we're going to see another similar struggle, especially with USC's offensive line. They've had a really rough time this year, and the only reason Caleb Williams wasn't sacked as much as he was because he's just so elusive and mobile in the pocket. And while it's going to be nice to see Miller Moss be quarterback and kind of see if he can make a good impression on the coaches, and he's going to have every incentive to want to play well and see if he can earn the starting position for next season. That'll be fun to watch, but I think he's going to struggle a lot just because the offensive line, like I said before, they're not as good as we would like them to be, and that's going to be a tough one. Now, like I said, with Miller Moss, wanting to play for a starting job, this is really what this bowl game is about. It has less value for the 2023 season, and it's more of getting a very early preview of maybe what things could look like for next year. Now, at least on the defensive side of the ball, with the new coaching staff, Deanton Lynn coming in from UCLA, that's great. That's a great hire. I like the other defensive assistant coaches that have come in, but just I don't expect any kind of turnaround in just these few weeks. So I don't really have any. I just don't really have any high expectations at the moment. I mean, if they do play a little bit better, great. Maybe you can feel a little bit more optimistic in going into the off season, and then thinking about what positive changes they can make in the spring and then in fall camp for next season. But we won't jump too far ahead for this specific video. Now, the other thing is Louisville, in terms of their offense, I would say they don't have a great offense, I guess, compared to other ones that SC has faced. But that's okay for Louisville, because we've seen from USC defensively how they've made pretty much any offense with a pulse look like they're the best team in the world, and I just don't expect things to be any different for this game. So I think I think Louisville will have an offense that's an offensive performance that's better than what they would do on average. And that's just at least one thing we have to deal with for one more game. And, when we look at next season, maybe then we can have higher expectations with all the changes there. But I do think Louisville is going to put up more points than they otherwise should. So, again, looking at this game, I predict this as another loss for USC. Louisville goes on to win this one 30. I'll say, let's go with Louisville 38, USC 17. That's my prediction. I think it's just I know a lot of positive changes for SC that we're seeing on the defense side of the ball, and I've repeated myself on that, but it's just not going to be enough. And USC just doesn't have that explosive offense right now, especially without Caleb. So, there's going to be that struggle. It is what it is. I'm already preparing for a loss, but what else can you do? That being said, fight on.